Today is the day. But before I do this, I gotta get one more good use out of this. So this is the before. The after. Let me start off this video by saying, yes ladies, I do know. I went from a solid 6 to a low 4 without the beard. But hey, it's the same way some of you girls use makeup to go from a 5 to a 7. Sitting here and still talking to this camera, I'm still trying to get accustomed to it. It's easier when I'm out and about and I'm recording something than just sitting here and talking to it. So I know that throughout the year it's going to get way better. I'm going to get more comfortable. I'm shooting this February 1st. When will this video go up? Maybe by the end of March. But what I'm going to do now is I'm not going to be doing any more vlogs until it gets closer. So I'm actually doing weekly video logs. This one is to give you an update of what's been going on in my life. As you can see, this is from December 15, 2016. The reason I did this was to figure out my time management and trying to figure out where my time was going, because I felt like my life was kind of at a still. So what I'm going to do from here on out is going to be doing one of these on a quarterly basis. For those of you who don't know what quarterly means, this is a little knowledge I learned from college. 3 times 4 is 12. There's 12 months in a year. Every single quarter is 3 months. For this year, 2017, I actually did one today, the 1st of February, and I did the same thing. So it's still the same, work is still the same, sleep is still the same, traveling, the basic. What I did change was the entertainment and editing. By the time that a video goes up, I can't watch it anymore because I've already seen it so many times, and I've spent 10 hours just watching back the footage, you know. Since I don't have a social media life, which I actually want to challenge you to try it for a week and see if you can do it, because it personally took me a week to forget about the whole social media, and not being on it, it's honestly better, just because the fact that when I go to sleep, instead of scrolling through timelines and wasting hours on it, I actually, as soon as I go to bed, I actually, go to sleep. And the best thing is when you wake up, you actually get up from bed right away. Before, I would wake up, spend, by the time I looked at it, I was spending like an hour laying in my bed after I woke up, just scrolling through people's timelines and stories, and I was like, what's wrong with me? Like, what's wrong with my life? Why do I care about all these other people's life if they're not benefiting me in any way whatsoever? So at the end of the day, it was a good decision, and I'm happy with it. So far, it's been a month and a half. It feels good. Like I don't need it anymore. Before I continue, I truly suggest for everybody out there watching this, try this. Just jot down what you do in a week, write it down, and see how much time you have left over. Because thanks to this, I realized that, hey, I was spending 20 hours on social media in a week. That's a part-time job. That's money I'm missing out of. So right now, the total is 124 hours. So when you subtract that from 168, I'm left with 44 hours. Some of you might be thinking, wait, you have more time on your hand? Yes, I do. What I'm going to do now is, since this is last year's stuff, so this is the time management that I had in December, right? 168 hours. Like I said, I created a new one. And that's the old stuff. Like I said, every single quarter I'm going to create one of this. So in 3 months from now, I'm going to create the other one. And hopefully my time management not only gets better, but I'm actually using all the 168 hours. And I become more efficient. So obviously that's going to take a little bit more time to get used to. But I'm only getting better every single day. Before 2016 ended, I asked myself this question. If I'm lucky to live to 80 years old and I'm looking back at my life, what do I want people to remember me by? And I realized what I want to do is create content, and that content is entertainment. Either if it's doing these videos or creating, a whole project as, a movie, a TV show, a series, a documentary. I want to be into that field. How do I get in that field? Honestly, I don't know yet. But every day I'm searching, for small jobs here and there to be either a PA or a cameraman or an editor. But it's harder than I expected, especially living here in Chicago. It's not like Hollywood where all the studios, are. Here it's a little bit tougher, but I'm still looking for it. And the one thing I can promise you is every single week I'm going to be releasing a video. My end goal is to create a piece of art that people will know me for after I'm gone. The great thing about this channel and these videos that I do is basically, yes, in a way I'm giving my privacy up, but at the same time, 10 years down the road, when I look back at these videos, I'll say, wow, like, this was the 22-year-old me. You can see me from 22 to, let's say, 32, right? But that's commitment. That's the reason these videos are on a weekly basis. So every Wednesday I'm dropping a video, because I know myself. And if I were to do videos every single day and become a daily vlogger, it would tire me out. I would stress myself out. So all I ask from you is anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes a week of your time, to check out these videos and see what's going on. And obviously these videos are not for everybody. I'm not going to have everybody watch it, but for those of you who do watch it, just know I appreciate it. And once I get to that level that I see myself being at, if people are like, oh, it came easy to you, or it happened overnight, I have proof. Moving forward, once the year ended and I knew what I wanted to do in life, I decided to create a vision board. I realized, like, there's goals I want to do in life. There's things that I see myself doing in the future. And the best way to do it is, before you want to reach your dream, a dream only becomes reality if you put the work behind it. You might be asking yourself, why do I have a framed picture of Jay-Z behind me? All I have to say is, why not? To see where he's gone in his life is something I aspire to be. Obviously, I don't do music, but I do respect his business mind, and how he carries himself is something that I look up to. It's crazy enough because just like 2 hours ago, the news broke that this man and his wife, Beyonce, are actually having twins. I just want to say congrats. All these things that you see right here are goals that I want to accomplish by 2017. So obviously this is my vision board. I want to be able to end the year and say each of my videos has 15,000 views. This goal I'm excited to complete because I know I'm going to do it. That's 52 videos in a row, which means for the whole 2017 there's a video every single week. And that's a challenge that I'm excited to complete. So far, with this video, you can see let me actually show you. Let's take a look at my stats. I am currently with 93 subscribers, a total of 9 videos to date. The most viewed video so far is my intro with 81, and the channel as a whole has 367 views. This goal might be kind of pushing it, but I have the mindset that I want to get this channel bigger, and the only way we're gonna get to 25,000 people by the end of the year is, honestly, I want the channel to be a word of mouth. So I need you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell another friend, to tell that guy's cousin so he can tell his mom. And that's the way we're going to grow this channel. So that's one of the ways that I think, because I don't use social media, so I'm not going to be pushing this on people. I want people to come across this channel, and if you like the content and you like this channel, just subscribe and, help me reach that goal. Sometimes you just need to dream big, and I believe that with this and being consistent, which is what I'm going to be, this will come. Before I show you the next one, I can hear you already typing in the comments, gay. This year I really want to focus on my weight. I want to get down to 194 pounds. You might be asking yourself, how much do you weigh? I'll share that with you in the video later. I want to end the year and say, look, I've saved $10,000 in liquid cash. The next one, last year, 2016, I did 2 trips. I went to Florida and I went to Nevada. This year I'm trying to do 2 more vacations, but this time I want to go out of the country. I don't want to have any domestic flights. I'm trying to have international flights and start exploring the world, because even going to different places in the US makes you look at life differently. And you know that when I went to Vegas, it really changed my life, and it made me see things in a different perspective. So I can only imagine what getting a world view is gonna do. This is one that I'm really excited for. Be a director of a short film I'm actually working on right now with my co-host from the podcast, Brian Medina. I'm gonna have this project on this channel for you. And the last one is team up with a non-profit organization. That one I actually need your help, because I've been looking at non-profit organizations, but I haven't found the right one yet. So if any of you out there know or actually work with a non-profit, write in the comments. And this year I actually want to give back and help people. So that's something I'm excited also to do. As you can see, that's the vision board, and out of all of this, I know it's possible. This is the only one that I keep thinking about. The thing with YouTube is that as long as you're consistent and you're releasing good content, people will come. I hope by the end of the year, when I'm doing my last update, I can share and I can say, hey, we did it together. Thank you for growing my channel to that. If you watch this whole video in its entirety, I appreciate you. All that being said, I'm going to see you, yes, you already know, you, next week. So obviously, I don't have a collage of photos to end this video with, but I did promise you I was going to share with you my weight. At first, I was kind of iffy about it because that's kind of personal, but then I realized the only way I'm going to lose the weight is putting myself accountable. So let's see. And if you're wondering, is this the Kylie Jenner calendar? It is. I didn't get it as a gift. I actually went to the KylieJennerShop.com. This is not a promotion to her channel. She doesn't need me, but I created an account. I ordered it. I bought it. It got delivered to me. And the reason for that is her being the youngest in the family. I actually respect her in the sense of she's a entrepreneur with her name and making it a brand. You can't hate on that. I honestly respect her for being the youngest in that family, and she's out here getting this money. So the least thing that I could do to support her was to buy this calendar. As you can see, it's worth the $35. Yes, this was January. It's amazing. But, so I'm taking my weight every single Monday. So I started the year off at 259.5, and then I was actually going down in weight. But because this weekend was my 23rd birthday, obviously I was out eating and drinking, and I actually went from 255 to 257, but then I got back down to 254, and we'll see. To those of you still watching this video, here you go.